Oh man, I've been really liking Deluxes recently. What do you mean there's been a price change? What do you mean they're $28 now? Oh, come. Hello there. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Walmart exclusive Retro G1 Deluxe class gears. Of course, taking a look at the packaging really quickly, you have, of course, gears trapped inside the bubble box, which looks very cool on the carded back. The carded back, of course, has very cool artwork. It's very interesting to see this old school packaging in 2025. Half the reason I was interested in this is just for the package, honestly, but there is a toy inside. The packaging does have a nice bio for gears on the back, which I do think is missing from modern generations, as well as Studio Series. Frankly, we need more bios, please. Kids do actually care about that stuff. And of course, the entire G1 artwork, which they're certainly getting their money's worth out of it, but it is printed nicely and it does look cool. But let's get to the actual figure that is inside the box. And here's Gears. I mean, look at this little guy. I have basically no attachment to G1 Gears at all, but this guy with the contrasting bright blue and red, as well as the nice yellow touch on his chest, it just caught my attention. It's way more interesting than the normal Gears, which is weird to say because it's 80% the same thing. But those small little changes and the brightness of blue really changed my opinion on this thing. I initially had absolutely no interest in picking up this guy, and I am glad I did. I mean, just the sculpt work on this guy alone. I mean, that head sculpt right there is already very nice looking. It is, of course, a different head from the Legacy one. It has a nice face-plated face, of course, mimicking the G1 toy. And they did recreate the effect where it looks like it's part of the car bumper, which is, it's a look. Now, moving past the box for a head, he does have a very nice looking chest. Trying to, of course, be G1, so it's trying to be simple, but I do think they put in a very nice amount of sculpted detail work to break it up. And the silver and yellow paint do a very good job of breaking up that chest and making it pop. I think it is important for a character design to draw you to its center, and the yellow does a very good job at doing that. The arms aren't exactly anything particularly special. If anything, I do think these are almost under-detailed. There's not exactly anything particularly interesting on them. He does have a rather well-sculpted crotch, and the shins there are pretty well sculpted as well, and they honestly kind of just look like downscaled Ironhide shins. And of course you have the feet, which are pretty well sculpted. Nice little details to break them up. Again, very nice to see. Kind of unfortunate to see that they're changing up that style, seemingly with the new Studio Series figures. Hopefully that doesn't affect how Age of the Primes continues. Now Gears here, not to be confused with, Gears, does have, of course, a backpack, which, I mean, I don't think it's all that obtrusive. It doesn't really ruin his silhouette, and thankfully it's nice, solid, and not just a bunch of car shells on top of each other, and it does serve a purpose, so hey, I am okay with it. Now, accessory-wise, Gears, of course, does come with a gun. The gun can, of course, just plug into his hands on a 5mm port, and there you go, you have Gears with his nice gun, and I am glad that for a mini-bot he doesn't have a tiny gun to go pew 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 with. Now, for articulation, a head that only rotates a couple degrees, unless you untap the backpack, in which case it can rotate 360. The head can look up and down about that far. Shoulders can, of course, rotate a nice 360 degrees. They can also go out to 90 degrees as well. They have a very nice swivel joint. And the elbows have a nice double jointed elbow that goes all the way, completely unrestricted. And of course it has a nice wrist swivel. Due to transformation, he does have butterfly joints. They're not particularly useful, but hey, it's an added piece of articulation. He does have a nice 360 on his waist. The hips can go forward and back, pretty much completely unrestricted. And of course, he can do a beautiful spread. The legs do have a nice thigh swivel going on a mushroom peg. And his knees are double jointed and can go pretty much all the way. I mean, you're not really going to need any more bend than that. And then the feet have very good ankle rockers. I don't think you're going to need any more of a bend on that ankle rocker. And the feet do not have any forward or back, unfortunately, but part of it is due to transformation. Overall, the articulation is pretty darn good. I don't really have any complaints, especially for a deluxe. This is pretty spectacular. And I will say, this bot mode, man, he is solid. He's made out of some really nice dense plastic, and he's got like no hollowness anywhere. Surprisingly, all the limbs are just covered on both sides. Even in the hollow part of the legs, you have filled in parts. You just don't get to see that all that much. Even the feet aren't hollow. That is amazing, frankly. Especially considering today's budget cuts that you constantly see with figures getting progressively more hollowed out, and it's not even all that tiny. And leading into the size, we have Bumblebee for comparison. As you can see, he is a decent amount larger than Bumblebee. And between these two, I do think Gears is a much better mini-bot. Here he is next to an average Generations Deluxe, and here he is next to an average Masterpiece Optimus, or in this case MSO1, in case you want your mini-bot to be even more mini. Now to get this guy into his vehicle form. And there you have his vehicle mode. And here's our favorite mini-bot, Ironhide. Wait a minute. Hold on, let me check the script here. Ah, okay. Here we have Gears. But yes, as you can see, we have a Gears with a suspiciously Ironhide looking vehicle mode. I mean, the only real change is obviously the feet and chest sticking out the back. Kind of makes you wonder why they did this. I'm not going to complain, it's a cool reference, but hopefully they're not just planning to do a movie versus Ironhide as just a repaint of a Gears of all things. I mean, come on, movie Ironhide needs more respect than a deluxe class of a mini-bot. And of course, as any good Transformer, he does roll. I do have a few complaints, even though this is a very nice vehicle mode. First one being the back. And while I know it's G1 Gears, the feet sticking out of a truck is just kind of annoying looking. I mean, it's supposed to be a pickup truck. There's no pickup in that truck. I mean, come on. That's just a pair of feet sticking out the back. And a chest plate. I mean, it kind of feels unfinished. And speaking of unfinished, that leads into my second complaint, which is the arms. Thanks to them being very under-detailed and also the rounded hinge that's used for transformation, it's a bit difficult to look past the fact that he basically has no doors. He just has a giant cylinder sticking out where the door would be. Since it's referencing a real-life truck with the GMC top kick, it becomes very obvious that the doors are broken up. Now, complaints aside, you can just store the gun as all Transformers do, which is just in plain sight. I do wish that the gun went under here somewhere, because the wheels are so raised off of the ground, which, again, is pretty cool. It's a nice raised truck. But that leaves so much room under the truck that this could have tabbed in. You could have just put a tab on the side of the gun or something, considering all these slots and whatnot. Oh well. And for size comparison, there's Studio Series Bumblebee. But that'll be it. Overall, I think this figure is pretty darn good. The figure just oozes personality. I mean, even with the faceplate mask, I really love the vibrant blue. I love the reds. Everything pops here. I think the robot mode is very solid. Very nice plastic. Tons of nice, lovely paintwork and no hollowness. Very important. The truck mode, a bit disappointing in terms of sculpt work, just because I think a lot of it is pretty darn broken up, and the back, of course, is just a pair of legs. But as an overall package, he's a very, very good deluxe. It was basically a sleeper hit for me. I didn't really give a crap about Gears at all. He's not a character I care about at all. But I am happy that I picked this guy up. If you like Gears at all, if you like the design, I'd say pick him up. But I do highly recommend him at the current deluxe pricing, which is about to change, unfortunately. That's not great. But that'll be all. Please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe, all that lovely stuff. Please feel free to follow me on Instagram, where I take pictures of figures just for fun, or to tease an upcoming video. Now, thank you for watching, and have a good day.